Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Phone. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Everyone. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, lovely Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Let us sing. Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Sing. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Very good. Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo,
No, I didn't need I didn't prepare presentation. Okay. I'll just.
So you can come over
you want, no, give her a stand.
Do I need the mic?
Yes,
You
Oh,
can sit. She won't.
no, it's
Standing
okay.
She can stand.
It's okay. Stand.
She's not.
The punishment if you stand.
Yeah. We stand in the temple, so.
Okay.
No, it's on.
Okay. Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam Maharajji and our beloved Shiksha Guru Sajjan Prabhu and all the everyone here. Pranams from me. So Narendra and I will be presenting, attempting to summarize chapter 14 of Bhagavad Gita, the three modes of material nature. In 13th chapter, Lord Krishna, he clearly differentiated the body and the soul. And in the 14th chapter, he is giving us more details that how when a soul takes material form, that is, when it comes in a body, at that time it is bound by three qualities, three modes of nature. Sajjan Prabhu has already mentioned those three modes multiple times in the class. Does anyone remember those? Yes, please, Meera.
Good, passion, and ignorance.
Okay. And the Sanskrit names?
I don't know Sanskrit.
Okay. Anyone else?
Sattva, Rajas and Tamas.
Yes. Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. And what do we remember from that? What does those mean? What is Sattva? Good?
Good. Good.
Yes, goodness. What else?
So like we want to do good always, we think about good things.
Mhm.
Like that goodness comes in every action of the person, whether it is eating or talking or dealing with other people in behavior. Like from day till the night, we just want to focus on some good aspect of everything.
Very nice. Very well said. So these are the three modes. Of course, Sattva is one of the best modes out of the three. It is the highest. It is more pure, where a person is calm, composed. He uses his intelligence and knowledge productively in a positive manner. And then comes the Rajas Gun. Rajas Gun is basically an active person, a person who is bound by desires. That person is action-oriented, impulsive, and wants results. So typically, most of us fall in that category. And then the third one is the lowest of all. It is the Tamas. Tamas is, in Hindi, it is said man buddhi, means they cannot take decisions well, they are lazy, and that is a pravriti, it's not a particular person, it's a characteristic. Basically, we go through all of them all the time. Sometimes we are nice, we are in pure mood, we mean well. Sometimes we are active, angry, passionate, and sometimes we are tired, lazy, and even mean. So there's these three modes which keep happening in our life all the time. We can take an example of how the hurricane happened. Last year we got 2 storms and pretty much everyone lost power. So, and we came across a lot of people, how their reactions were. Some people were peaceful, they were okay with it. All right, it's here, we'll go through it. And some of them, they came up with the solutions. If needed, they went, checked in a hotel. Then there was a second category where they wanted results. They got a generator, they went to friends, family, and tried to help, tried to find ways out. They were angry, they were impulsive in that mode. And one category, the tamas, was where these people were not doing anything and just complaining. And I'm sure we came across all categories of people. So these are the three modes. So typically they are in all of us all the time, but one mode predominates. So that decides the character of the person, as Kiran Didi mentioned. Ritu Didi, sorry. So, yeah. So basically based on the past karma, the actions, how a person lives their lifestyle, everything, even the reactions of people, everything is bound with these natures, and that's how the soul gets binded in this world through these material natures. If we see examples from Ramayana, there is, no, wait a minute, let me explain a little more. So we all are predominated by this pravriti. So some people are always positive, they live their life productively, they are in sattvic pravriti. And like I said, it's how a person is living their life, and it's, we see them. Like in this example of Ramayana, there are three brothers, Ravan, Kumbhakaran and Vibhishan. So if we see,
Yeah, but Ram. Take this stand here.
Good? Yeah.
आइए राम जी आप यहाँ से बैठें। कम करें।
क्या सुना रहे हैं?
चैप्टर 14 की समझने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं।
आराम से।
तुम्हारे बॉस कहाँ है? ये बॉस नहीं, जो क्लास
वो
लेते हैं।
इधर पीछे बैठे हैं।
सचिन।
दोनों बॉस आप बैठे हुए आगे।
Okay, so as I was giving the example of Ravan, Kumbhakaran and Vibhishan, so it is pretty easy distinguishing here. Kumbhakaran was from Tamasic Pravriti. He slept for 6 months, ate for 1 day and went back to sleep. So basically very self-centered and didn't care about anything and lazy. And then when we see at Ravan, he was passionate, aggressive, he wanted everything. So he was from Rajasic Pravriti. He tried to do all things so that his desires are fulfilled. And Vibhishan, who was pure and he meant well to everyone, so he was from Sattvic Pravriti. Now Arjuna asked Krishna that do we stay in these three modes all the time? How does it work? How can we change it? And Lord Krishna told him we are never in the same mode all the time. In fact, our foods, in fact the time cycle also determines, like if we see the Brahma Muhurat, all the gurus tells us wake up at this time, do prayer. Our parents tell us to do productive studying work in Brahma Muhurat. So Brahma Muhurat is early morning, dawn time, and that is Sattvic time. And then the sun rises and we become active, we get to work, we exercise. So from sunrise to sunset, it's Rajasic time. And as the sun sets, the Tamasic periods begin, we get tired and we rest, relax. So that's how the time dominates, and even the food dominates, the intake of the food. We already have some knowledge about it. Some foods are Sattvic Pravriti, plus how those foods were cooked, with what vibrations, as well as how were the means of income, the money through which this food is bought. All those factors determine whether this is Sattvic, Rajasic or Tamasic. And that's why we are told to offer the food to the Lord first, so all the negativities and the impurities go away and we get Sattvic food. So there was one more, But these things, and next question Arjun asks is what happens when we die? We try to stay in sattvic mode, but what happens when we die? And Krishna answers that whichever pravriti we were in, whichever mode we were in, determines our next birth. So if we were thinking good, we were in sattvic mode, we were born in higher planets, in higher species. If we are in Rajasic Pravriti at that time, we get the earth plane, we get there. And if we are Tamasic, we have lost the opportunity and we fall into lower species and lower planets. That's why we should strive to go higher. If we are in Tamasic mode, we should try to go to Rajasic. If we are in Rajasic, we should aim higher to Sattvic. However, it won't set us free. These are like chains. We are bound in the cycle of birth and death. So Sattvic is like a golden chain, Rajasic is silver, and Tamasic is bronze. But ultimately they are chains and they are going to bind us. So we need to go a little more higher out of that. There's a story described of a merchant. So this merchant, he was going through a forest and he was attacked by 3 robbers. The first robber beat the merchant brutally. The second one looted all the belongings. And then they were thinking what to do with this guy. The first person said, let's kill him. The second one says, no, we don't need to do that. Just let's tie him up and throw him in a pit. He will die himself. So they decide that. They tie his hands, throw him in a pit, and move further. But the third one was a compassionate one. He said, this is not right. So he comes back later, sets the merchant free. The merchant offers him a lot of a reward, something nice for his offering to come home and get it. But he said, no, I am part of this group and I need to go back to my family. So he returns back. So these 3 people represent the 3 gunas. The one who's beating brutally, tried to kill is Tamasic Pravriti. The one who looted and tied him up is Rajasic. And the one who showed compassion and set him free is Sattvic. But end of the day, they are bound. They are binding us and they don't set us free. So Lord Krishna and Arjuna is asking that how do we get free from these modes? Because our soul is bound here, we are in this material body, and Lord Krishna gives him more advice. Narendra will be covering that part.
बहुत बढ़िया.
And before you become free, we have a right to ask any question. Does anybody have any question?
So I have a question.
Yes.
So my question to you, how we can self-judge that which mode of nature I am right now?
By the
How we can judge ourselves?
just by interrogating ourselves that what we are doing, where are we? Are we an angry person? Of course, all the things dominate us, but one of them will always predominate. If we are calm, peaceful, then we are happy. That is Sattvic Pravriti. So we have to keep it.
So if I am in anger mode, that anger is in what mode of nature?
Anger is typically Rajasic, but anger is also dependent on the reasoning for
Yes.
it.
So can I be angry in a mode of goodness?
Sometimes, if it is needed, like Lord gets angry when he needs to give justice or he needs to fix the things.
So when Lord killed demons, to killing means you need to be in a mode of passion. So when Lord kill any demon, is he in a mode of passion or ignorance or goodness?
No, he is not in any mode. He's already transcendental.
But then how he's killing then?
Because that is required. He's taken his birth for that purpose. So he's come here, but he is still free. He is not entangled by these modes.
Then how is killing Kamsa, how is killing other demons if there is no passion?
This killing is for their uddhar. So he is doing in disguise, he is trying to help them. it looks like he's killing, but
And
that's
if
not the motive.
and if a pure devotees, if they curse someone, that cursing is a mode of ignorance or passion or goodness.
Cursing is, I would say, passion,
Passion.
but again,
If I
there's-
curse you,
Mhm.
will I be in a mode of passion or goodness?
If it's a saint, then perhaps it's goodness mode, or actually, if it's a self-realized soul.
Any example?
Durvasa Rishi,
Yeah.
he keeps cursing so many.
He keeps cursing. That's
But
not.
end of the day, it's all working good.
But when he cursed Amrish Maharaj, was that in a mode of goodness? He want to kill Amrish Maharaj, a pure devotee of
ये
Krishna.
आपका watch है क्या?
That-
प्रभु जी आपका watch?
हैं?
आपकी घड़ी बज रही है.
इस समय बजती है जो मुझे नहीं सुनाई देती.
So my question, you all understanding what I'm saying?
Yes.
If what I said, Durvasa, if he's cursing Amrish Maharaj, who is a pure devotee of Lord, and Durvasa is a sage. So if Durvasa is cursing Amrish Maharaj, what mode of nature is he?
I don't know. I think it's Rajasic.
Phas gayi.
It's a difficult one.
Because you saying he keep on cursing. Sometime with reason, sometime without any reason.
Yes.
So if he's cursing Amrish Maharaj, then what is that mode of nature?
It is Rajasic, but if we look in the broad picture here, that these are all playing roles, and it is all meant to be. That's why it happened that way.
Okay. And if Narad cursing, if you know the story, the sons of Kuber, what mode of nature is in?
I'm sorry, I don't know that
When they
story.
become trees.
When they become
In the
trees.
courtyard of Navadvipa, when Krishna goes with the mortar, and he takes down the trees around it. Krishna as a child, he gets tied to the mortar.
Oh.
Then he uses the mortar to
Kill those two demons.
down those two trees. Those are the two sons of Kuber.
Okay, yeah, and they were cursed for.
They cursed by Narad Muni.
ये टूं टूं क्या हो रहा है? किसका फोन बज रहा है?
ये लैपटॉप का चार्जर नहीं काम कर रहा है.
Just take off the charger. Black, white one. Sorry.
So if Narad ji is cursing anyone, X by G, how can we determine what mode of nature is in?
Narad is always in a composed mode. He is not impulsive like Durvasa Rishi. So if he is doing, there's a thought process involved in doing that kind of stuff.
So what mode of nature then?
No mode of nature.
Beyond three modes of nature?
Yes.
Okay. And Durvasa, when he's cursing, that means he's in a mode of...
That's a tricky one. I'm not sure.
है ना?
What I understood is basically these modes are only for material people,
Yes.
not for
Not for
higher level people. Like all the gurus and all these, they don't come into these modes.
But if you're cursing a pure devotee,
But that cursing and anger and whatever it is, because that person has reached to that level above all three modes of nature. So whatever is happening is for the supreme personality.
so if
of
you're
God.
beyond three modes of nature, you can't curse a pure devotee.
No, but that is what I mean. I just remember one sentence when Ramchandra Prabhuji said that the spiritual world and the material world is all same. Only the thing is from where those modes are coming, that is important. For example, he explained once that when anger is coming in the material world, that is like anger is coming, if I'm angry, it is for me, I'm selfish over there. But if that anger is coming for the Lord, because of Lord I'm fighting with someone, or because of Lord if I'm cursing someone. So that is a spiritual world, that is not a material world. That person is behaving above three modes of material nature for the Lord, for the wish of the Lord. Maybe to participate in his plans or in his leela, he is just playing a role or a character which is given to him by the Lord. This is what I could commit. Rishi Durvasa never wanted anything bad to happen to anybody. It was just his Leela, with the Lord.
Leela, he wants to turn to ashes to Amrish Maharaj.
He was to turn, sorry?
He wants to kill Amrish Maharaj. Is that Leela?
I don't know the whole story.
It's an essence
Then-
for
What
us.
happened after killing, what happened and how it connected to everything, that I don't know, but maybe the gist, what I understand, that if they are cursing and if they have reached to that level, that means for sure nothing bad is going to happen. There is something hidden, some hidden thing is going to happen behind that, which is going to connect in future with all the set, what you say?
Maharaji, they are just teaching the Ram public. So they've set these examples how a pure devotee can be rescued out of such hardships also. That's why he's playing a role in that.
I'll talk a little bit about that in my presentation, but when Arjun was,
You want to talk on mic?
I'll come in a minute. But when Arjun was getting feared and he was getting all the questions and the whole Gita happened, the Lord took him towards passion. Lord took him towards passion to be a better fighter. But what he told him was, do it all for me. Do it all. Then you'll be above these gunas, and these gunas will not come and impact you. Of course, if you are going and cursing someone, there could be a bigger meaning which we cannot see because we're not there yet. We have not transcended. But if they did it for a bigger meaning, then the impact will not happen to them. But if they did it in anger, then they are in the material nature. I'm not saying these.
So what you're saying is Krishna put Arjun in a mode of passion to fight with the...
He said, you're a warrior, you need to have passion, but you need to fight, you're doing it for me, not for passion. So he did transcend him above
So
the
then there are
material.
two kinds of passion.
Yes,
One is the passion which is called mode of passion.
yes.
But then those who are beyond three modes of nature, they are not in these modes of nature, but if they want to embrace any of the modes of nature, they don't get effect and they don't get any reaction,
Exactly.
but they do for a purpose.
Yes,
And the purpose is to obey the order of Lord.
that's it.
I have a,
You covered my whole second section. Thank you.
You're not free, don't worry, we won't let you go.
I have a confusion. So the confusion stems from that I think to survive in Prakriti, you need to follow the rules of Prakriti. That's my context. And then I believe that if the soul has एक गुणा ऊपर होता है, ज़्यादा active होता है. So when you leave this
No water, just relax. First, discussion or water? है ना? When we are having discussion, no water, no eating, no drinking. Please focus. He's giving very important point. Please.
So in confusion, as I'm explaining you where I'm coming from. So first is to stay in the Prakriti, you have to abide by the rules of Prakriti. That's my context. I may be wrong, but you can correct me, please. Second is that when a soul leaves, या मोक्ष मिल जाता है या ये जन्म मरण से मुक्ति मिल जाती है, it still retains its nature. That's what I have learned. I might be wrong there. If that is the case, then the further confusion comes to me is one of the gunas is forefront. हर इंसान में एक vibration forefront होता है. That's my understanding. So when you leave this Prakriti, does that guna stay active with you?
When we leave the Prakriti,
Yeah, अगर जब ये life cycle death से अगर हम free हो गए और जो हमारा prime गुना है 40%, 50% is let's say Rajas or Tamas, will that stay active with you
where?
once you have crossed the Prakriti? जो आपका nature है, will that nature stay?
Let me summarize the question if you don't mind. The question is that in this world we have three modes of material nature. In each person, as she described, one is predominant. For example, he said 40, 50, 60% maybe goodness of that person. Now his question is upon achieving moksha, liberation, or achieving the spiritual world, does that mode, maybe it becomes in a transcendental manner, But does that mode remain as their
No.
predominant mode?
Moment we cross this material world, there is no predominance of any modes of material nature.
Okay.
You are beyond material nature. You are in a spiritual domain now. So these modes have no effect there.
Okay. Then what does it mean that the nature of the soul stays intact? What does that mean? What does that nature
The
mean?
nature of the soul
Natures.
is different. The nature of the soul is not three modes of nature.
Okay.
The nature of the soul is, I am the servant of Krishna. That remains forever with the soul.
Okay. The personality breaks down. It's the nature of the soul, which is what you're saying.
Personality means the body breaks down,
Okay.
but the soul continues with its nature from one body to other body to other body, unless it gets its final destination, that spiritual world. When the soul gets its spiritual form as well as spiritual sevas, which is in the soul but is not manifesting.
So just one last point. If a person is passionate in this life, मोक्ष मिल गया, कृष्णा की सेवा करते हैं, will he continue the seva with passion? No. that won't happen.
Everything just remains here when you go beyond the material nature. The nature have nothing to do in the spiritual world.
Thank you. That's all I have. Thank you.
You know, just like in India, you get jamun.
Jamun. Oh.
That's only in India. You don't get here in America. So when you leave India, you have to leave jamun also there. You're not allowed to bring here. Just a small example.
Prabhu, also remember that the modes of material nature are like coverings upon us, or as she described, there are 3 types of chains. So if you want to remove from the jail of this material world, then you have to remove the chains also. So those modes don't remain intact. And what you're thinking of is that nature, you're identifying this nature of being passionate, for example. That mode must become free for us to attain that world. But to say that the devotees in the spiritual world are not passionate to serve Krishna, all of them are passionate to serve Krishna. Yeah? So does that make sense? That instead of thinking that it's like, this is my nature, I will retain this nature over there. No, actually this nature has to go.